Welcome back to another episode of Live in 5, baby. Episode 102. Swish Gage Ausmus, the captain here, reporting live from Scottsdale, Arizona, and Minnetonka, Minnesota, respectively. Cap, how are we doing? Some news off the chin, one would say. Jeff Merrick out on Saturday for our live show, but the show goes on, my friend. We will still be at Brick and Barley, 3 p.m., right before the UND versus Gopher game. I'm fired up for that. We're going to change the format a little bit. Merrick, I don't know. I think he has some other work complication that kind of got involved. Maybe he got scared of the Forks, but we're not going to hold it against him. The show must go on. We're going to do a Q&A style. It's still going to be a great rip, but I just wanted to let the people know right off the top, 3 p.m., Brick and Barley. The captain will be there. I'll be there. There's going to be UND legends in the mix. And we're going to run a little different format. We were thinking maybe just do a live show, kind of how we have done it in the past, but I think a Q&A where we get people up there asking questions. We can tell some old war stories, keep it in between the lines, and then get some other Sioux legends involved. Andrew McWilliam, who is still looking for a contract, well, he's going to be there in Forks this weekend. So I'm fired up to see old Big Andy Mack. Oh, yeah.
That's incredible news. I didn't know that.
Yes. So he's going to be in the mix as well as some other UND guys. I'm not sure exactly who. Dale Saunders, obviously, who we talked about last week, but Robbie Bina will be in the mix, Taylor Chorney. So hopefully we can get some of those guys up there and people can kind of ask away different questions about, games they might remember, different things, about their favorite players or whatnot. So I think it'll still be a really good program. Obviously, we're going to miss the PPQB, number one, Jeff Merrick up there, but like I said, man, the show's going to go on, and we're just going to tweak the format a little bit, and it's still going to be a hell of a time, and people can come down to Brick and Barley. It's going to be free, obviously, for the public. Stop by before the game, 3 p.m., and we're going to rip about an hour and a half, whatever it may be, but I'm fired up for this weekend, dude. We're going to get into some Sioux talk, but that's just off the hop. I'm fired up to see all the boys, eh?
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. I even dropped the line that this weekend for me rivals golf trip weekend.
Yep.
In terms of excitement and how much fun you have. But yeah, Jordan, I was wondering, do you think any Gopher alumni players make this trip up to Grand Forks to watch this series ever? Probably not. Like, I feel like there's a lot more, Sioux guys going to the 3M Arena, Mariucci for that series there than there is Gopher guys. It's for sure because more Sioux guys live in Minneapolis, but there's probably not any Gopher guys to get up there and ask them questions too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there might be a few in the mix. It's just those guys, I don't think they'd have any reason to go up to Grand Forks, right? They don't probably have any family. A lot of those guys are in and around the Minneapolis area. Even the Iron Rangers that did play for the Gophers, say a guy like Benny Gordon from International Falls or, some of these other names that I can't think of right now. But
is he still playing?
No, he's been done for a while. Even the Patolnis, they're coaching. So some of these names, like the Northern boys, I don't think they would even come up to Grand Forks. I think it's straight UND guys. You know what I mean? They'll watch on TV in the confinements of their nice pad, probably outside of Minnetonka. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can't blame them. It would be fun to get a couple of those guys in the mix. I remember last time UND played here, maybe not last time, the time before that, I can't remember. But they had a little North Dakota alumni thing at the bar and Gopher guys at the bar too. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, dude, it would be sick though if we could get some like a couple of UND guys, and then maybe a Gopher guy up there to ask some questions. I don't know any of real names. I'm thinking 2 years ago, I don't remember one single Gopher guy being up there. You know what I mean? I unless they had a kid on the team, that would probably be the only reason why Gopher alumni would be up there, Azo. I can't think of any. And a lot of Gopher guys, they're not say, Manitoba residents or even Alberta, you get the odd guy from maybe British Columbia that would play at the U, but pretty much it's just usually all Americans at the U.
Yeah, that's true. Mostly Americans, mostly Minnesotans. It'd just be fun, you'd think, as a Gopher guy to head up to the Ralph, like
Yeah,
just behind enemy lines, you know.
I know. I know.
But
There's more Omaha guys up there this weekend than Gopher guys. You got the Simonsons, and
oh
you
yeah,
got Tony Turgeon who might be in the mix. You got a Walters. There's a better chance Ryan Walters would be there than a mini guy. You know what I mean? So
very true.
yeah. So that's at 3 p.m. That is at Brick and Barley. Again, it's going to be a Q&A for all the fans. You go up, you grab the mic, you ask Ozzo a question, you ask Swish a question. You know, maybe we'll get some other UND legends in the mix, like I mentioned, Andrew McWilliam. I mean, one of my favorite all-time teammates, captain, hit like a freight train, just an absolute nail gun. So there's going to be a bunch of us in the mix. We got the Harry's back room already reserved. So we need a win here on Saturday night at least. I'm hoping for the sweep, but at least on Saturday so the coaching staff's in a good mood.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Saturday would be a lot better. You know, if you're gonna split a weekend, you always want the win to come on the Saturday.
Yep.
Just ending off that weekend on the right note, everyone's happy. It sucks, you know, you could split, but if you lose Saturday, Jordo, it kind of feels like a sweep. You know, you're not happy.
Yeah, you know, especially in this weekend too, and like we talked about, you know, a couple of weeks ago, Gopher weekend, everything just gets heightened. I mean, UND had a great weekend against St. Thomas. Dane Jackson, his first sweep as a head coach, but as soon as that Sunday win came through, I texted Jax, congrats on the weekend, congrats on your first sweep. He's like, now it's Gopher weekend, Smalley, let's go. So those guys are fired up. It's a different feel around the rink. It's a different feel in the locker room. It's a different feel around town, and I just can't wait to get up there. Ozzo, you were at least at the Sunday game at the new XL Energy Center. It's the Grand Casino Arena. And I saw your takeaways this morning. You had 3 or 4 little tidbits or nuggets that you put out involving the UND team and just what you thought. Is this team the real deal? I mean, John Buchagras seems to think so as well. He had them as their number 3 ranked team in the country. Like, this team, you know, we're only one weekend in here, so we don't want to get too horny, but they got the makeup to be a solid team moving forward,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think a lot relies on how well the freshmen progress throughout the season. You know, they do have like what you want in a college hockey team is any hockey team really, a deep back end, like a really high end D core, and they definitely have it. You know, their 6 guys are Sam Larilla, Andrew Strathman, and Jaden Jubenville. They're all battling for that 6th spot on the D core, Jordo, and all 3 of those guys, you know, I think 2 of them are USHL Defenseman of the Year. Like they're players, so they're deep back there. They've got size. You know, Verhoff and Smolak are big. Weeb's not small, you know, and then Livanovich is dynamic. He's like a Joey La Legend out there. But they're forwards, like they're deep, Jordo, but you know, you're gonna need those freshman guys to step up.
Yeah.
You know, in a big way. Because like you really, you know, you can go deep into the playoffs, but I don't know if you can necessarily win it all without, you know, a top 1 line, you know, the guys who are like getting it done in crunch time.
And how was that Reshi? Was he pretty good? I saw he had a goal.
Yeah, great. Unbelievable player. I mean, he's already there. He's, you know, it'd be interesting to see how well he progresses, but unbelievable in the face-off dot, always in the right area. He competes, he battles. But, you know, they all still kind of make like junior mistakes. You know, some of these mistakes they're making, you know, if you're playing Penn State or BU or probably the Gophers this weekend, good chance that team's burying, you know, versus St. Thomas. You make that mistake, that guy who gets the puck probably isn't burying, you know, so you can get away with it. But as soon as they tighten that stuff up, I mean, they're going to be a tough out.
I like it. And who would you say this Verhoff comparable wise? Is there a UND comparable you can give, an NHL comparable? Obviously, you know, you just watch 60 minutes, 3 periods of this kid play, but is there some names that kind of come to mind when you watch his game in a small sample size?
I would say there's not too many guys you can you can compare this guy with. He's massive and he can move and he can handle the puck and he's got a little poise. He's got a little Chris Pronger in him, I would say.
Really?
Uh, yeah, just you can tell he's gonna have offense. You can tell no one wants to go in the corner against this guy. He's a mutant, and he's a little clumsy. He's a little clumsy yet, Jordo, like young, but once he finds his feet, I mean, it's over. Like his body, like Colton, he's got like a Colton Parayko body.
Yeah, you can't teach that. You can't teach body.
No.
And
the length on a stick and everything, it's like, I mean, how do you get across the blue line on this guy?
Does he have a mean streak? Is he have a little more bite than a Parayko would? I
would say a little more than Parayko. I've only seen a small sample size.
It's hard to say.
He doesn't have like Joe Finley or Tyler Clevin in him, but he's definitely not soft. I mean, he's playing hard out there, and he's finishing checks, and he's harder than Parayko for sure. Chris Pronger, honestly, is a fair comparison. I mean, I don't know that's large shoes to fill, but it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard when you compare someone to a Hall of Famer, like you're saying here, but he's going to be a second overall pick. I mean, he's going to challenge for the first overall pick, and by all accounts, he has all the tools in the tool shed to be the makings of a great National League player. It's just we haven't had a defenseman like that in UND in some time, brother. Like, there's been a lot of good defensemen. Don't get me wrong. The Tucker Pullmans, the Paul Leducs of the world, the Troy Stetcher, who was an absolute bulldog when he came in. You just kind of had that feel in making like he was going to make it one way or the other. Even a high pick like Derek Forbert or myself, but it wasn't 2 overall. It wasn't someone that elite at a level where you're like, holy fuck, like this guy. I mean, he has the makings to be a generational talent.
He does. You just never know with these guys because there is so many of them that have the tools to do it, Jordo. I mean,
yep.
At the end of the day, it comes down to, and this is what I don't know about the kid. How much do you have a desire to be great? This guy he's got the ability to, he could be an average NHL player for 10 years if he wants, for sure. Or if he's got that drive and motivation to be great, he could get to that greatness spot. He's got that ability in that body, but you just never know where these kids' heads are at. What are you okay with? Are you content with just being a good NHL player? Or are you trying to be great? Like some of these psychos in the league, And that's a different mindset. That's just something maybe in the room you can see if he has it or not. I'm not in there, and I haven't asked around enough, but that's what you need to get to that next level. You got to be a psycho about the game.
Yeah, I'm really fired up to not only get up to Grand Forks and watch the whole team, but as 2 former defensemen, I'm really intrigued with his game. Obviously, the hype is there. I'm intrigued to see how Livanovich's game has progressed, especially in a big series. He just got that invite for the all-collegiate team to go play over in the Spengler Cup in a country that I spent some time in Switzerland. And then you got a kid who was hurt in game 1 but played game 2 in EJ Emery. How is he going to progress as the years go on? And can he take that step as a sophomore player, as a first-round pick a couple of years ago? So I'm fired up to get up there. I know the coaching staff's excited for this weekend. The alumni are excited for this weekend. So it's going to be cool, Ozzo. It's going to be a measuring stick really early in the season. And lastly, just on the weekend, I wanted to ask you about a kid on the other side of things in St. Thomas, in Bauer Berry. How was Bubba Jr. out there? I mean, I remember him from the time he was 4 or 5 years old, sneaking into the locker room to grab Powerade. And as I used to call him, the shit pile, but he's such a good kid. And, I'm always cheering for him from afar. So I was just curious how he's doing in his freshman campaign. And again, very early on, right? Couple games into the season. Yeah. So did he look comfortable? He's playing a regular shift, things like that?
Playing a regular shift. I was very impressed, honestly. I never watched him in juniors much, but I was impressed. He had poise out there. He's making the right plays. He's playing hard on defense. Wasn't turning the puck over. Wasn't making too many mistakes. Wasn't getting beat. I was impressed. And he's a big, big body out there. So And just like this, so, when you got this size body and you can not make mistakes, Jordo, and you can play hard defense with a big stick, you're giving yourself a pretty good chance at playing in the NHL as long as you can skate.
Yes.
And it looks like right now he skates pretty well. You're obviously going to want to improve that, but I was impressed by Barley, honestly. I don't know if he's going to stay at St. Thomas very long. I think he might outgrow that place or stay there and, maybe even sign early before his senior year, depending on how he proceeds. But he looked good out there, man. I was impressed, and I was sitting with Chorns and Dan Christo, and we were all impressed with his game.
Isn't it crazy too when you're in it as a college hockey player or a young player? You think you have to be at this level of the player you envision yourself right away. And if you're not there, you start gripping the stick. Confidence maybe lowers, doubt creeps in. But in reality, Azo, as guys that are now on the other side of it and into our 30s, you really just have to focus on the day and getting better by the day, by the game, by the period. And coaches would always tell you that, but it's in one ear, out the other, and you're like, oh, all right, buddy, just shut up. Like, it doesn't even mean anything. It doesn't hold any weight. But theoretically, I mean, you could have an okay 2 years, 2.5 years, and then something clicks your junior year or whatever year it is, your senior year, and you have one good half of the season, and it just rocket ships you up to another stratosphere. And it's like, okay, now I'm the player that I always thought I would be. It just took me a little time, and my process was longer in compounding the interest. That's always the one thing I don't put too much stock into guys as even freshman, sophomore. You're like, the development path is not linear.
No, it's not. And like you said, it can take a certain amount of time to get there. And it's crazy looking back when you are in that flow, when you're playing the hockey, you kind of knew you could, and you're feeling good on the ice and you're not gripping the stick. It's hilarious to think how you ever were worried about, or like why you weren't like this the whole time. But that's part of the battle of being good. And it's so hard to maintain that confidence in yourself. And God, that just feels it feels good when you get to that spot. But like it takes forever. I remember watching even Forbes when he was at North Dakota. His freshman year, it wasn't perfect, and this is a guy who's been playing in NHL for however long now, Jordo. So
yeah, a decade.
Yeah, it's like this guy went on to play 10 years in the NHL, and in his freshman year, he was, you could use what, third pair, in and out, I mean, maybe some power play, second power play. So you just never know with these guys. I'm excited to see how EJ Emery plays. He's another big body that they got big bodies on the back end, like their right hand shot, Zmolek, Verhoff, Emery. Like these guys have the potential to be like bruise people up too on the back end. Like they're not someone you want to go cycle the puck against.
Yeah, and you mentioned Forbes. I mean, I played with him his junior year, my freshman year. We were the second pair, but he was getting limited power play time. He was still growing into his body. It took him 2 or 3 years, even after the fact, as a first-round pick, to go play in the American League and learn how to play and kind of become the player that he always should be, where it's, a steady defenseman that penalty kills, plays hard. So there's always just different ways to find it. But when I talk to Dane Jackson and that coaching staff, this Verhoff, he seems wise beyond his years. He's a quiet fella, obviously being a freshman, a younger player, but it just seems like he's got that quiet, subtle confidence. And the quicker you can figure it out mentally, it only translates, to the ice. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see these guys go, Azo. I'm excited to get up there. What day are you going to get up there, fella? You getting up there Friday, Thursday? What are we thinking?
I got to go up Friday. Hopefully get there around like 5, 6 o'clock on Friday, hoping.
Yep.
Got a busy day at work Friday, so I can't really skip out on that. I wanted to, but no, I'll get up there. And then, Jordo, I do want to mention you should watch this Abram Weeb kid too. We haven't even mentioned this guy's name on the back end. I think he's going to get NHL games too. So I did want to mention that guy in case he listens or something, because I do want to respect his game. He's fucking nasty. But yeah, I'm getting up there Friday, Jordo. It's going to be a hell of a time. When are you getting in?
Well, it's, as you know, it's just an absolute gauntlet to get up there, especially from the desert. So I'm going to take a connector and I'm going to get in late Thursday night. I'm going to tell everyone that doesn't listen to this pod, aka Colton Sanderson, that I'm getting in Friday, but I'm really getting in Thursday night at about midnight. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. I want to make sure I have a voice for the Q&A on Saturday is the biggest thing. And especially with Clarky Saunders rolling in Saturday and a couple other guys trickling in. But I plan on being there all day Friday. Hopefully maybe go pop into morning skate, see the guys, just taking some action from afar, because as you know, this is the coolest weekend of the year. The weather's still decent. You got a bunch of people in town. So yeah, it's exciting. I'll be up there Thursday. I can't wait to see your chin. And we're going to run it live again at Brick and Barley Saturday, 3 p.m. Q&A with all the boys there. So fired up, Azo, last night, dude, I got to tell you a story. So I'm doing like my nightly walk around kind of my neighborhood. And around my building are a bunch of these pathways, kind of these walkways that are stone or brick. And you don't think anything of it. They're all lit up and it's, decent temperature out. So, I kind of do my nightly walks or whatever. I'm just cruising around, hanging out, just getting some steps in. So I'm walking around, just in and around the building, kind of like the compound, and these light up, I guess, I don't know, lights are like 3 or 4 feet high that kind of just hang right off the stone path.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking around and I see this one in particular. They're kind of around like a bunch of shrub and tree and just overall just like plants and, some kind of just, making it look nice. So this light that I walk by, it's starting to fume, and I don't really see it, but I hear it. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, why is this light making a sound? It almost sounds like popcorn in the oven or in the microwave. And I'm like, okay, why is it making that crackling sound? Like, that's kind of weird. So I look under the light and it's starting to fume, some smoke and whatever's coming out of this. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I start walking to the main entrance and I'm like, hold on, that just didn't look right. I can't just leave it there. Like, I got to go check on what's going on with that light in case that fucking thing blows up. So I go back, and underneath the light now, I can see a fire or a flame coming up underneath it, like almost like a gas grill when you turn it on and the blue flame comes up. I'm like, holy fuck. And now it's really starting to make that popcorn noise, like 2 minutes in type of shit. And I'm like, is this thing going to blow up? What's going on? So I run into the building. I try to flag down the security guard. The security guard, he's not there. So there's a number you can call if he's not at his little podium. So I call the number on the podium. And I'm like, hey, fella, outside on the east entrance, there is a light that is kind of crackling. It's fuming. There's a fire underneath it. I think this thing might blow up. I don't know anything about gas pipes or electrical fires, but this isn't good. So he's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I go, no, dude, like this, not 5 minutes. You got to be here like right now. So he takes his sweet ass time. This Paul Bart, like mall cop, Paulie Blart, gets there like in 4 or 5 minutes. But at this time, I can't wait because now there's really a fire underneath. It's like a hot air balloon under this thing. Like, it's getting off the ground. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't want to call 911, but I feel like I have to. So I call 911 and they redirect me to the fire department. I'm on the phone with the operator. So as I'm on the phone with the operator, this guy rolls up and he's just kind of looking at very nonchalant. I get off the phone with the operator, tell them what's going on. They're like, engine 612, they'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, perfect. This guy shows up. I'm like, dude, this thing might blow up. Like, I don't know if you should turn off the circuit breaker, or I don't know anything about electricity, let alone anything. He's like, oh, that looks weird. I'm like, no, like this thing, like, check it out. It might blow up. And he's just so nonchalant, doesn't give a fuck. Finally, the fire department shows up and they're basically like, telling me, thank God you called, first of all. But then they're like, there's no way it could have blown up. There was a small chance it could have started on fire, but thank you again for calling. So I was like, yeah, no worries, fellas. Like, this security guard, I mean, I didn't want to sue him, but he's of no help. And I start talking to the chief and he's like, yeah, like, listen, like this, it probably wouldn't have blown up. Definitely a small chance of it catching on fire, but you never know. I'm like, yeah, man, like, I didn't want to have to call you guys, but
did you watch them put it out?
I didn't. Yeah. So they went inside, they turned the breaker off. And they basically said it was some water got leaked in there and it caused a chemical reaction. But then they start chirping me. They're like, I can't believe you fucking called that in. Like, you could have just, turned the circuit breaker off. I'm like, dude, I'm an idiot. Like, you think I know anything about how electrical pipes work or anything? Like, I didn't want my building to blow up. I'm like, I'm the real MVP. If anything, you guys should be handing out a medal of honor for the Lord's work. I basically saved the entire city of Scottsdale from blowing up in my eyes. So it was pretty funny though. They were all chirping me. And you know what? They gave me this hat today too. Somehow the police showed up too, and they gave me a recruitment hat. Join Phoenix PD. And they're like, yeah, just in case you need to join the force, here you go, bud. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like, get me on the fucking squad. He's like, well, you can join our team right now. You know, engine 612. I'm like, yeah, I'll even play on my offside. I don't give a fuck. Like, it was pretty funny. So it went from like a really, like, I thought somewhat serious matter to them just chirping me, like 10 guys just like basically calling me a pussy because I didn't know anything about how electrical circuits work. I'm like, yeah, all right, man. Like, I run a podcast.
I mean, that gas stuff, I get scared of that stuff too. Like, I don't know what the fuck's like. If there's a fire and there's like it's just constantly burning, that's scary shit.
Like what am I supposed to
fuck with that?
Right. Like, I'm working with a security guard that's probably high as hell. His last job was probably, in no disrespect, but was probably a dude working at Walmart. Like,
yeah.
So it's either I do something about it, which I have no idea what to do, and call you guys to bring you over here, or I deal with the security guard that's an absolute doorknob. You know, they're probably just pissed because I interrupted their cribbage game or something.
Oh yeah, they're probably working out or cooking just an unbelievable meal.
Yeah.
Those firefighters, when they're off, it certainly looks like they're living just a great life, doesn't it? You know, just cleaning the trucks, working out, just being boys, you know, in the locker room. It's hilarious. It's just get them off their ass to turn the breaker off.
It's so fun.
Put on the breaker next time, all right?
Yeah, exactly. But like, they were trying to explain to the dude, the security guy, like how to turn the breaker off, and he was looking at him like they had 4 heads. He was just like, what do you mean? Like, so they were kind of chirping him and they were chirping me too, but it was funny, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I actually felt at one point when I got off the phone with the operator in 911, I felt like a hero. Like, I know not all heroes wear capes, but I got off the phone. I'm like, wow, I did my one good deed for the next decade. I'm good.
You could have just walked away.
I could have just walked away, and this whole place could have blown up. And you know what? All these people.
Who knows how long it would have been burning? You know,
Billy Joel, baby. We didn't start the fire. Like, I was the guy that basically saved the entire city. I don't know. I don't need any recognition, but it's like, at least give me some honorary badge of just being basically the people's yeah, the people's firefighter. I was calling myself. It was funny, man. I couldn't believe these guys, like, their reaction went from semi-concerned when they showed up to making a joke of it, just basically calling me a huge pussy within 2 minutes.
Hilarious.
Man, it was funny. Yeah, because their whole engine showed up, the whole crew was there. They're all suited up, and then they ended up, like, a bunch of guys took off their suits and they were just like in t-shirts. It was pretty funny.
You'd think they could tell you that over the phone though. Like, what does it look like? All right, like, walk
that's what
steps, you know. You don't have to come over, just walk you through.
Right.
Hey, is this dangerous? Is this okay? Like, I don't know anything about this stuff. Is this going to blow up? Like, instead of sending a truck, but, you know, I guess that's what they're getting paid for.
Yeah. And like, that's, I guess, where our tax dollar money is going to, for guys calling the fire department to turn a breaker off. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we're at in 2020.
Probably most of their calls too is like easy stuff. You know, they probably go, I wonder how often they go to like a devastating one where it's like tough. You probably never want to go to one, honestly. That'd be fucking terrible.
Yeah. So I just thought that was pretty funny, man. I was like, God damn it. Like, I'm that guy that just called this in. But then I reversed it, and I was just basically calling myself the hero. Like, yes, you can thank me if you're sleeping well tonight in Scottsdale, because I basically saved the entire city. I put the city on my back. It's nothing new.
You did. You were just looking out for the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the people's insider. That's what I was doing. So yeah, man, that was funny. The look in their eye it told it all. It really did.
Were these guys boys? Were they like, you could tell they're a little rattled to get off the whatever they were doing, or
no,
they're excited to get out in the field.
I think they were excited. I think they looked like they were bored. So maybe I'll call them tonight. Just ask them to go to dinner.
Yeah. They're probably sitting, you know, they're probably waiting for you to call.
Yeah, I should give him a call tonight. Hey boys, I got a knot in the back of my neck. Is there? I went and got an hour and a half massage, and this poor Asian lady, even though she was walking on my back, she couldn't get it out. Is there any way you can come over here and kind of jar it out of here? Oh man, that was funny, dude. So yeah,
That's good. Did I see you? Did I see you went hike? You've been going hiking a little bit, climbing up to the top of that. What mountain is it called?
that was Piestewa.
Is that like how hard is this stuff? Would you say
That one's pretty tough, man. I would say that compares to Camelback. It's basically Piestewa Peak. I would say it's about 1.22 miles, but it's basically a glorified stair stepper the entire way up. So I have a 10-pound pack and a 20-pound pack, and I was thinking about doing the 20, and thank God I didn't, because I would have been hurting. And I haven't done that hike in probably 3 or 4 years. I usually do Camelback or Tom's Thumb, and I can get by with doing the 20-pound pack on that one. But this one, dude, thank God I had the 10 on, because I was absolutely bagged yesterday. Even with the 10, I had a backpack on too, a Camelback full of some water. So I was probably all in for 12 or 13 pounds. But yeah, that one, it's a little over a mile, Ozzo, and it's basically just a stair stepper the entire way up. It's a good rip. If you're ever down here, we'll have to rip it.
Yeah, I kind of want to do these climbs. They seem kind of fun, especially with a weight pack on.
Yes.
Were you timing yourself, trying to go as quick as you can, or like how many breaks do you find yourself taking?
This one I wasn't, because I was just doing a little zone 2 cardio where I was kind of just keeping it, easy. It was Sunday. I was just kind of out for a rip. It was still tough, and I was taking breaks, but I want to go back with the pack on and do it for time. The Camelback one, I've done it for probably, I don't know, 2 years now. For a while there, I was doing it once a week, and I was timing myself, no pack on, but that one I was getting down to like 23 minutes, and that is about 1.55, 1.6 all the way up.
Ooh,
and I was grinding on that one. So there's some I'll do for time, but it just kind of depends.
How much water are you bringing up there?
Usually I'll just bring like probably 30 fluid ounces, like 2 16-ounce bottles, because I don't want to walk with too much on my back. And most of the time I'll only need the water on the way up. And usually when I'm going for time, I don't want to stop for water. So I'll have it just in my Camelback, and I'll be sucking on that thing, no diddy. And then on the way down, it's pretty smooth. But I like to do it sometimes when I'm in my sicko modes, I like to do it like in the dead of the heat. So I'll do it when it's like 105 out and there's nobody on the trail. And that's when it gets spooky, because the vision starts to go a little bit, and you're like, holy fuck, if I drop, nobody's up here. Like nobody's going to find me. There's not even be someone to call a helicopter to drag my poor ass out. I'm just going to die up here. So sometimes I'll do that just to really test my chin.
You ever think about going full RFK Jr. and putting the jeans on and heading up there?
Did you see him he posted a picture either last year or earlier in the year, this year, where he did Camelback with his Wrangler boot cuts on.
So good. Picture is
hilarious.
so funny. Just finish a hike in jeans, blue jeans, just so nails.
Hilarious, dude. Yeah, there's some good hikes here. The only thing is, it's not like you can't have it all. Like it's not like a Montana hike or a Colorado hike or a Wyoming hike where you walk up, it's beautiful scenery, you got the shrub, the trees, the evergreens, then you get up and there's a lake at the top. It's magical, and you're having beers and you're whacking the pen or whatever you want to do. Here, it's just kind of, you get up to the top and you just see more brown. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
yeah,
it's still a good workout. It's still better. It beats getting on the bike. It beats
indoor
the treadmill.
shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it's not like the Rockies, my friend.
No, tough to beat the Rockies, but it's probably just relative, to you though. The desert's cool if you're not living in it.
Yeah. Oh, it's still cool. It's just, that is peak, right? And this is.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Jordan, why am I seeing? I haven't really followed much with the start of NHL season, but I'm seeing the Sabres season's already over. Like, what, they're already cashing it in. It's done.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I mean, what do you expect? You got Terrence Pagula at the helm. You got Lindy Ruff as your coach. Probably a good dude, but it didn't work 20 years ago and you're bringing them back. It's like, what are we doing? We've traded all of our good pieces away. We have some left, but it's like we're putting together this just mixed bag of humans together. We've traded a few out. We've tried new things. We got rid of Dylan Cousins. You trade for Josh Norris in that trade straight up, and now Norris is hurt. It's like it's stinky in Buffalo. And until they change management and just clean house there, it's going to be just the same shit, man. It really is. It's still got that stench. And I feel for other good people of Buffalo. I love Buffalo. Great people up there, great food. The dark days are tough. And when you have people going in and paying to go to games at the Key Bump Arena and you just get the same effort night in and night out, and it's deflating. It's depleting. I mean, they opening night at the Key Bump Arena, they're playing the Rangers. The Rangers stink. They lost 5-0. It's like, holy fuck, we're doing this again? It's awful. It's
tough because they have good players too. It doesn't really fully make sense.
Well, you got to feel for a guy like TNT Thompson too. We've had on the show. I mean, the guy's almost been a 50-goal scorer. He's a perennial all-star. Should have been on the Four Nations team. Hopefully makes the Olympic team. But it's like, why does that guy want to stay there? Why? Who's to say he's not the next Jack Eichel and wants out, or Rasmus Dahlin, who's going to challenge for Norris's for the years to come? But he can't do that in Buffalo, and the supporting cast around him. You guys either trade him away, or somehow bad luck strikes and bad fortune, and they get hurt or don't play well. It's a nightmare there, dude.
It's so tough. It'd be nice to. It's just hilarious seeing year in, year out.
It's crazy.
It's got to be so deflating just being in that locker room sometimes. It's got to be such a tough hump to get over.
Well, yeah, and then you got that scar tissue of all the years prior. So when you start off 0-3 and you get whacked opening night 5-0, it's like, here we go again. Here we go again.
You're automatically going to be thinking that. And, if you're the LA Kings or Oilers, you get 0-3, big deal.
You climb out of the hole.
Yeah.
But these guys, they see 0-3. It's like White Goodman's wrench pump back in the day when he deflates it after Cat walks in, right? It's like just deflating. Right? There goes my pack. It's just like, Jesus. Yeah. And then did you see the Ottawa Senators shouting out the chin, by the way? You got Jake Sanderson talking about tucking his chin. And then you had Brady Tkachuk talking about in pregame, he's like, fuck this game. It's going to be a tough one. It's just going to be chin on chin. Like, these guys in Ottawa are just loving the chin. So I love that, and I appreciate that. I don't know if you saw that, but Jake Sanderson talking about tucking his chin, fellow UND alum, that was all time.
All time.
So
tucking
good,
his
dude.
chin, it's great advice.
It is. It's words to live by. Hey, I don't know, and I know we're kind of jumping all around here, but I just had to ask you this. What is the science between people and their dogs? And I mean this in a way, why do a lot of people, especially weirdos, look like their dog? There's got to be some correlation there. You know how many people out there, like this lady last night I ran into, she had a little chihuahua, a pale chihuahua, a red-haired pale chihuahua. She was a red-haired pale little lady. It's like, what's the science behind that, dude? Why do people look for dogs that look like
that's
them?
What it has to be. That's what it has to be. You have to kind of pick a dog that you think kind of looks like you, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. That's the only logical reason I can think of.
Right. So you got like a one of your dumb friends that's kind of happy-go-lucky, fluffy hair, maybe curly. He goes and gets a golden doodle. It's like, dude, you look like that doodle. Like, what's going on?
It happens often. I've seen it too. I've heard people talk about that. Yeah, I don't know the science behind that one. That'd be a fun one to look up.
Isn't it weird though?
Mm-hmm. You see it. It's hilarious. It's gotta be the first one you said.
Yeah. I think people they seek something that feels comfortable, and little do they know that dog looks like them.
That has to be subconsciously why they choose it.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like them.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that's the only logic behind it.
Oh, no way the dog can just turn into its owner. It's not gonna just grow into looking like. Maybe it can. Maybe it can choose the facial expressions of their owner. I don't know.
It starts like acting and morphing into their looks, and then acting has the same mannerisms. I don't know this lady last night though. Like it was a carbon copy of this little Chihuahua rat dog. I don't even know what it was, but like a skinny face, big ears, same pigmentation. It was crazy, dude. I was like, it just had me thinking. It's like, how does that even happen? I think it's got to be like maybe she thinks she's picking out her kid if she doesn't have kids. Like that's her kid.
That is probably pretty spot on with a few. I guarantee some people are like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about that, and I don't know about people that run these marathons. I mean, I give you the utmost respect for people running marathons, but I think that marathon community, I think it's a little bit of a hoax. Like, give me a week, not even a train, just to get my body ready. I think I could run a marathon.
Yeah.
Not well,
No,
but I think I could run a marathon.
well, but you could figure it out. The tough part is I think you'd get injuries, like your feet would be all blistered and maybe like breaks. I don't know. You got to build up those muscles around that ankle and stuff. But yeah, I think you could do it for sure. I mean,
Yeah, you don't have
Goggins did it.
you don't have to train for a year and build
No,
up to this marathon shape. It's not like you're
no.
doing the Ironman
The Ironman's a different story.
because you got to swim.
You got to swim and bike and run. Like that's yeah. No, this marathon, you see some of these people that finish it. It is a good, running 26 miles. I mean, it's pretty good. Good for you, but it's not as hard. It's not like the medal that these marathon runners think it is.
Yeah, there's so much like the Chicago Marathon is one of the best days in the city. It really is. It's in the fall. It was yesterday, and it just had me thinking, like, how hard is actually a marathon to do? Like, if you put me on that starting line with the block and my fucking name bar and number, my barcode, I like to think that I'm beating a decent amount of people in that have trained for the whole year. Not saying my time's going to be good, but I think I could run at least a 9 or a 10-minute mile for the duration of 26.2, and that would probably beat some people for sure.
I think for sure. Yeah, it would. You'd beat a lot of people. But I don't know about those big ones though. Don't you have to qualify to be in those big city ones like the Boston Marathon, Chicago Marathon? I'm sure.
I think
Like
Boston,
you have to be a pretty decent runner, right?
I think Boston, you do. I think Chicago, if you're running for a cause or something, you can get in. Don't quote me on that, but I know Boston, you have to have a decent time. Chicago, I don't think it's the same story. I think to get into Boston, Chicago might be like a precursor qualifier
For sure.
for that. But
yeah, that Boston one, I don't think you're hopping into it. You might though. I don't know.
But it's just like these you see these run clubs and you see these fat people out of shape. It's like, bro, come on. Like give me
some of these people some of these people I see that finish them, Jordan, they're not skinny.
Oh, you have an absolute barrel.
How hard can it be?
Like give me a pair of Asics and I'll be fine.
100%. Yeah.
Fuck your run club.
Nice pair of Brooks.
Yeah, fuck your run club you do twice a week, dude. Just strap on. I'll strap on right now and do this thing. I don't have any interest in doing that, but come on. Like you're not.
You basically walked one, didn't you?
Yeah, I think walking one might be harder.
Yeah, mentally, because it takes you want to go faster, but you're just walking.
Yes, exactly. I think it might be harder mentally. I might be onto something there. I said that to our buddy Matt Harder after I did it, and he just laughed at me. I'm like, I think walking a marathon's harder than running. He's like, dude, are you retarded? I'm like, no, but I think it might be. I think mentally, because you get bored. Like I got to 40,000 steps, and I'm like, all right, I need another 15. I'm like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, this is tough. Okay, I've got other things to do. This is taking up time. Might as well start running. It'd be funny to see you do you probably could. You could go Goggins right now and run a marathon. Like if you just got up right now and ran 26 miles, you could probably do it. It'd be funny to see the consequences after though. Like how fucked up would your knees and hips be and feet?
My feet and lower back would be mangled.
Yeah.
My knees would be fine, but my feet and lower back, dude, they would be.
I think your hips would be feeling it too.
Yes, for me though, like all that stress goes right to my lower lumbar spine.
Yeah, that you wouldn't be walking for a while.
No.
You'd be so sore.
Yeah, you would be full Paul Pierce mode. You'd be in the wheelchair.
Paul Pierce shit himself.
Dude, how about are you been watching? Do you watch any NFL this week?
Yeah, I watched some NFL, not a ton, but yeah,
What do you
I
think? What do you think Mike McDaniel takes in between the game ending and his press conferences? Is it like a steady dose of Percocet? Is he on some Xanny bars? Like, what does he take by the time the play clock and the game clock strikes 0 and he gets on that podium for the press conference? He's got to be on something, man.
I know.
He's so fucked up when he gets up there.
I don't know. He's obviously a weird mind. You know, if you listen to back on all of his interviews, he's a different cat. And it's so funny, like those part of my take guys said, but it's so true. When you're wearing those pants and you look like him, when you're losing, you look so bad.
Yeah.
Like if you're winning, people are like, whatever, it's a weird look. But when you're losing, it's like, oh, this guy looks so dumb. Like, why is he a head coach?
Yeah. Everything about him.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You can't wear capris and be 1-6. There's just some things you just can't do.
No, I can't. Yeah, absolutely can. He's wearing like sneakers, not even like normal tennis shoes, but you buy them on like the sneaker app. They're like, you know, collectibles.
Yeah, he's wearing. Yeah, he's got to deal with GOAT. He's getting he's a sneaker god now. Yeah, it's so weird. I wonder, does he get fired soon? Like, they're just gonna keep him around? That whole vibe in Miami is so weird. And then Tua comes out and is basically like, we have guys missing meetings, Zoom calls, position meetings. And then I saw one of his ex-teammates. He's like, yo, I was with the Dolphins for a hot minute. And Tua was one of those dudes that was always late for those meetings. So it's like, what is going on in Miami? Like,
dude, that's turmoil. And you got, you know, if you know the culture of football and inside that locker room, you know, the quarterback is almost just as much of a, you know, head coach as the head coach. He's a leader. People follow him, and he's calling out the leadership. It's buddy, that's you. You're the quarterback. You know, you're the guy who's like, you should be getting guys there on time to meetings. You should be demanding that. You should be there on time. You know, you should be setting that example. You're saying it to the media. That's like your job as the quarterback. That's why you're getting paid $50 million a year, and half these guys are getting paid $2 million. It's because your job to get them there on time. And now you're calling people out. Sound like an idiot.
Crazy, dude. Just insane. And it's and then it takes you to 1-5 to start just sewering guys like that in front of the media, let alone say it in the locker room. Because you know, there's guys that maybe have showed up late or, you know, missed some things. He probably hasn't even confronted him about it. He probably doesn't even say anything. No. He probably is like, just lets it slide, and all of a sudden he's talking to the media. He's like, oh yeah.
How do these players ever talk about internal like locker room issues to the media? I've never understood that. You know, just say it in the locker room. Why are you saying it to reporters? You know what they're going to do with it. It's never made sense to me, and guys continue to do it. Is it really all just because they're too scared to say it in person?
Yeah, and also I think some of these guys aren't the smartest. And Tua Tug My Wrench Viola, I think hashtag CTESPN at his finest. I don't even think sometimes, a lot of times, also guys just black out. They don't even know what they say. For like, oh fuck, I did say that. It's kind of a sewer job. I don't know. It's just that's your quarterback, and that's the Miami Dolphins. That place, man, the Hardcock Stadium. I feel for all the people. I don't even know if they even really have fans in Miami, to be honest. Like, who even gives a shit? The Heat, maybe people like. I've been to a Marlins game. I've been to a Dolphins game. Nobody gives a shit about anything other than Latino women in Miami. Like, they don't. Like, they really don't. It's like, who's got the biggest yacht? Where are the Latinas? Where are the Cubans? And what time are we going out tonight? And can we spend $40,000 at a club? Say at
everyone in Miami's waking up. They just went to sleep.
Yeah,
by the time football starts.
Yeah, they're like, what are we doing tonight? Are we going to the Fountain Blue? Are we going to David Gretman's Poppy Steak? Where are we going? And when are the sparklers come out? They don't give a shit about football.
No, it's just not the crowd there, or else they're college football fans.
Yeah,
they're the U.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like the NFL is so funny, and even my boy Aaron Rodgers, like Aaron Rodgers got married allegedly this offseason. Nobody has seen his girl. Is that guy even married? Is he dating or married to Monte Teo's ex-girlfriend? Like, what is this? What's the story with this guy? Like the NFL, I don't know which league has more drama and more of a reality TV show like feel, the NBA or the NFL, but they're close. And that's why it's great content.
It is great content, and you forget these guys just turn into just icons for the American people,
Yes.
or sports fans all around the world. And it's just so funny. You pay attention to other human beings and what they're doing in their life and stuff, and then they make them go up on a podium and answer questions about a football game. It's so good. It's like, fucking my teammates aren't showing up to meetings on time, fuckers. You always say that to the media. It's just hilarious.
That's so good. I wish they would let them fight in football though. Like drop your helmet and chuck. That would be sick.
You introduce a little imagine some of those dudes fighting.
Oh my god.
Hockey tilt, like you could grab on.
Yes.
You tilt like hockey. It's respectful. It's not from behind and shit. You square up. Oh, it'd be unbelievable to see.
It would be a tough job to be an official jumping in there as a lines judge and jumping in and trying to break that thing up. My God.
Some of those linemen going at it. Oh,
I mean, Myles Garrett literally used his helmet as a weapon on Mason Rudolph. Like, could have killed the guy. Like, that wasn't even a fight either. Just like, yo, dude, I'm just gonna use this helmet like a 14-pound bowling ball and try to literally decapitate you.
You can't blame these guys though. That's what they're getting paid. You have to get your mental state to the point to where you almost want to kill the guy across from you to gain that mental, like that competitive edge. You have to get yourself to that point. So we can't blame them for, going off the rails a little bit.
Yeah. You combine that with a lot of different other things and some dust and whatever, and a couple of concussions, and who knows, man. I mean, it's the NFL. Like, it's fucking, that league's nuts. I wouldn't last a day. I wouldn't last a day in that league.
Those receivers get hit so hard too, and they just pop back up. It's fucking nuts.
It's insane. It's insane, bro. Ozzo, we're going to go over to the People's Insider Term of the Week. And this week's People's Insider Term of the Week is soak. Now, what a soak is a guy that just eats chirps. It's a guy in a friend group. It's a guy in the locker room who's a punching bag or a speed bag, if you will. You say something to him, he just soaks it. He's never got to come back. He's not witty enough to throw something back. Maybe he's just in a position where he can't say anything because he's always fucking up. He's always on the wrong side of something. He's always making mistakes. He's just a bonehead where he has to eat the front of a chirp. He has to eat a shit sandwich because, frankly, he's just a soak. He's not a soak where like the Mormons do, in the sense of where they just sit there and kind of count it as, fornication, but it's just soaking something to the point of, fuck, it's like 100% cotton rag where you just have to soak all that shit up and just take it. Also, it's never good to be known as a soak, but you always have those guys on a team that, they end up just taking it from all different angles. The coaching staff, players on the team, even you just, you go out and meet somebody. It's like, oh my God, I just took a crosshair of a chirp for no reason. You can't explain why. Usually there's good reason, but you end up being the punching bag, and it's always tough to be known as a soak fella. It's just like, fuck. You always feel for those guys eating them, but it's like
you feel for them.
They don't help themselves at all, right?
They don't. You feel bad for them, but I feel like they're just a soak. So you feel bad, but there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. You like I said, you're just like a 100% cotton rag. You're just eating, soaking it all up. And it's a
Grow out
tale's
of it.
old as time. Yeah. I mean, you can try to help the guy, but sometimes they don't even help themselves. So that is this week's People's Insider Term of the Week. Don't be a soak, folks. Write that one down. And you know what? You can use it whenever you want. But yeah, fuck. Being a soak, that's like, fuck, that guy. He's just a soak. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's tough. Don't they use soak as like an alcoholic, or is that a different term? I'm thinking like, that guy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, that guy, piss tank soak. It's kind of that could be used for sure. Lastly, Ozzy, before we sign off, and I see your chin this weekend in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Again, folks, we're going to be at Brick and Barley 3 p.m. Saturday for a Q&A, live in 5 style, with a bunch of Sioux legends. But I wanted to ask you, did you see the celebration from that girl on St. Lawrence where she scored a shootout goal between the legs and then had like 19 cellies in one after going to the bench? Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
Oh my God,
Is
dude.
that good?
I got to pull it up right now for you. We can watch it in real time. It was hilarious, dude. I could not believe how many cellies it was. Like, I'm all for like 9 cellies in one. This was probably at least, I'm exaggerating, but probably at least 6 or 7. It was insane.
Oh, let's go. Oh,
So glass jump, pop, lock, and drop it, heartbreaker, rar. Going back to the bench, shake it up.
this is half the bench. That's unbelievable.
And then gives the captain.
It.
How funny is that?
That's unbelievable. I got it pulled up here. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just so many.
I think it was 7 cellies in one.
What do you think she had to have thought about that beforehand? Like, she knew she had the move picked out and she had the celly picked out.
I mean, I'm not one that's watching women's college hockey, and that's no disrespect, but it's just the truth. If that wasn't, which it wasn't clearly, to win the game, that is even funnier. Like, think about if that was like the first shootout goal of the shootout. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just glass jump, pop, lock, and drop it, heartbreaker, rar, and then go through the line.
Especially in college, it doesn't mean anything. It's just for fun.
You're playing for the half a point, the pairwise. Like, how funny is that? Man, I got a kick out of that, Ozzy. When I saw that, I said, you know what? All is well, because I love that. Fuck it. Who cares? Do whatever you want.
Fired up. Let's fucking go.
Do whatever you want, dude. Oh my God. That is good shit. So I just wanted to share that with your chin and get a good laugh, man. Red pepper this weekend. What's your over under for pepper? You get up there more than I do, but I think for me I'm set my red pepper over under at 2.5. And I think I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm excited to get there with you guys. What's your order? I think I'm just going tacos and it's asada.
Yeah, especially if we're gonna be buckled and we're going there late night. Yeah. I don't think I can do the grinder respectfully that late. I like a tostada, Schneider, hard shell. Keep it simple. You know what I really like when I'm a little bit banged up going in there? The chicken tortilla soup. It hits different, especially if she's a little cold.
Great. It's a veteran play.
Yeah, man. Where are we going to start off on Friday? Hopefully you make it up there in time to maybe pop in for one.
I think for sure, yeah. I don't know, man. I think
the drum or the bun.
Play Friday, I think, yeah. Because we're downtown Saturday. That's definitely the play Friday.
Yeah. And who do we got? We got Matt's Gordy. Gordy's coming, right?
I believe Gordy's coming. Haven't confirmed that. Did you say that Christo's not coming?
Yeah, I think he's got to go scout. I think he's chasing down a young prospect, maybe for Penn State, so he might be out.
Tough.
So Mac Dub's huge.
Dude, Mac Dub is massive. Chorns is going to be there.
Saunders Saturday night. Rico, Simonson.
Rico, Johnny, Chiz obviously there. Simmer there. Jack's there, but coaching.
Yes. Yeah, coaching. They're not, hopefully we get to see them Saturday. You know what I mean? There's no guarantees.
Yeah.
But the Ralph's going to be, I mean, it should be just fucking pumping.
I'm so excited to see it, man. The Ralph's going to be absolutely juiced.
Yeah.
You got to think these people are excited too. Their team's 2-0. They're feeling good. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah. We should have, if he can, I mean, he's always working. We should have Schlossman maybe pop by on Saturday, get him up there. Cause he's the encyclopedia, right? You get him up there.
Sure, he knows everything.
Yeah. We'll try to get him there maybe.
It'd be fun to ask him some questions because that guy, yeah, he just loves it, man. He's really good at what he does. He knows what's in the work too. You can tell. There's no doubting that.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm hoping that they get that Saturday night win and we can have a couple pops in the coaches' room afterwards. That would be nice if we got invited in.
Oh, it'd be unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. Again, I'm gonna be up there Thursday, and then we'll get. I'm gonna try to. Dusky's gonna be looking to fire out. Just like fuck. You gotta pace yourself up there in the Forks, dude. Like we gotta be able to perform a little bit on Saturday, a little bit.
That's how I wasn't too. If I show up a little bit later Friday, maybe it's for the best. Who knows?
100%. Yeah, you're right. All right, Ozzo. Well, that was episode 102, folks. Again, we will see you, all of you, in Grand Forks, North Dakota. We'll be up there all weekend, but Saturday, come by Brick and Barley. If you're listening to this, come by Brick and Barley. Saturday, 3 p.m. We will be there, a Q&A, the captain, Swishy, UND legends. We're going to run a Q&A. You get the mic. You get to ask us a question, maybe a fond memory, whatever it is on the top of your mind when you're 6 bush lights deep. Stop by. It's going to be a great time hanging out with all the UND faithful. The biggest weekend of the year is here in terms of the regular season up in Grand Forks, Minnesota versus the Sioux. Can't wait to be up there. Until we see you, Ozzo, it'll be Friday, and I'm fired up, fella.
Can't wait, dude. Let's go. Let's go, Sioux, baby.
Let's go, Sioux. All righty, folks. That was episode 102, tape to tape with the captain all day, twice on Sundays. We will see all of you up in Grand Forks this weekend. That was Live in 5.